Twin Peaks first aired on April 8, 1990 on ABC Network. The show was created by film director David Lynch and TV writer, most notably for Hill Street Blues, Mark Frost. The majority of the show was shot and filmed in or around North Bend, Washington, and it was filmed using a single cam setup using an Arriflex camera for season 1 and a Panavision Panaflex camera for season 2. In order to understand the origins of the show, it's first important to understand the relationship of Mark Frost and David Lynch. The two first met in 1986 and both expressed admiration for one another and began to work on unproduced screenplays for a while until creating Twin Peaks. In 1988, they pitched the show to ABC, in which Lynch is said to have drawn a map of Twin Peaks to help illustrate the world they were trying to create. I would speculate that the two's resume helped a bit in convincing the network to buy the show, as David Lynch had made successful films such as Blue Velvet, The Elephant Man, and Eraserhead. They then shot the 2-hour pilot in roughly 22 days for roughly $4 million. The show is said to be based on the real-life killing of Hazel Drew, whose life and death shows many similarities to that of the fictional Laura Palmer, whose death is at the center of the show's plot. The show stars Kyle MacLachlan, Sherilyn Fenn, Cheryl Lee, Dana Ashbrook, Michael Ontkean, David Lynch himself, and even Naomi Watts and Michael Cera in the reboot.
My dharma is the road. Your dharma.
The show's cinematography was done by Frank Byers, and writers Mark Frost and David Lynch received a lot of help from Harley Payton and Robert Engels, who were additional writers on the show. The show also has a highly praised score composed by Angelo Badalamenti and Julie Cruz, who worked with Lynch later on Mulholland Drive and earlier on Blue Velvet. The show received initial success with a 21.7 household rating and with 34.6 million viewers. It was the 5th best rated show for that week. However, ratings and viewership steadily declined and remained under 20 million viewers. It was renewed for a second season that saw a successful first episode with 19.1 million viewers. However, the viewership would go down and down until the show would be canceled before its final 2 episodes even aired. However, the last 2 episodes still eventually aired. Twin Peaks was very popular when it first aired, critically and with the audience. It was nominated for 26 Emmys and won 2, one for costume design and one for editing. However, people recognized from the get-go its experimental nature may not be for everyone. Ken Tucker from Entertainment Weekly stated, "Much as I enjoyed being unsettled, thrown for Lynch's loop, I also recognize that that's not what most people watch TV for. I'm guessing that a hefty percentage of the millions who'll tune in out of curiosity won't make it past Peaks' grim first 15 minutes." It was also looked down by many, as NBC Entertainment President Brandon Tarkoff said, "I suspect it will be a tough road for them." As it was, there was many disputes between Lynch, Frost, and ABC. They both felt differently about when the murder of Laura Palmer should be solved. Lynch felt the journey was more important and never even wanted to reveal the killer, while Frost felt obligated to give the audience resolution. Over the course of the show, Lynch became less and less involved, as he only directed certain episodes at certain times. And the killer was revealed midway through season 2 after ABC pressured them to reveal it, and the show suffered as a result. After the conclusion of season 2, David Lynch would go on to make Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, which was a movie that was set before the events of season 1 that even featured David Bowie. Be revived in 2017 by Showtime, who would bring it back for a 3rd and final season, which pleased the show's cult following but did not see anywhere near its original viewership and ratings. However, David Lynch would finally get the creative control that he desired. Above all, Twin Peaks challenged audiences. Typically, TV was something to be put on in the background and to doze off to, and Twin Peaks shattered this notion by forcing its audiences to pay attention to their detailed show. It was visually innovative in its surrealist nature and helped to allow a lot more experimental version of television to exist. Twin Peaks' influence has clearly rubbed off on many shows such as X-Files and more recently, Stranger Things.